Thank you for joining us on News Now. Your State Governor Seyi Makinde has assured stakeholders of the newly upgraded Emmanuel Alayande University of Education that his administration will consider all legitimate concerns and ensure a win-win for all as the institution evolved from a college of education to a university. The governor will make the promise during the inauguration of an implementation committee and Secretariat Committee for the university pledged to be mindful of treating delicate issues and appropriately factor the existing structure into the evolving trend. Governor Makinde also charged members of the committees to adequately focus on their task of breaking new grounds and developing pathways that will allow for best practices while assuring that his administration remained well disposed to properly fund the upgraded institution. He also noted that unlike most politicians who were quick to name public infrastructures after them as legacy, he would rather leave legacies that will meaningfully impact the lives of the people. In his response, the chairman of the implementation committee, Professor Ayodeji Omole, promised to discharge the mandate with courage and integrity, adding that it will be fair to all but not compromised standards.
Upgrading the College of Education to a full-fledged university. About 6-7 months ago, and I was able to put together a team which worked, and fortunately, before the end of last year, Your Excellency was presented with a letter of recognition by NUC. This assignment before us is not new, but we know it's a big job.
Looking at the caliber of people in these two committees and the decades of experience you have working in the education sector, we are assured that you will bring this expertise to bear as you fulfill this new role. I'm sure that every member of this committee would also want to leave a legacy behind, even though you are not politicians. So we have demonstrated that capacity. So my answer really is that those critics, the critics, not even our regular supporters, those critics, they should vote for Institute 2.0.
Away from there to crime matters now, the Bauchi State Police Command has arrested 9 suspects for alleged robbery and other offenses in the Bauchi metropolis. The State Police spokesperson Ahmed Wakil said that operatives of the command apprehended the suspect in January 15 in connection with robbery and attacks on residents of the area. The suspects are Sani Mohammed, 27, Sulaiman Mohammed, 19, Imrama Abbas, 19, Ibrahim Mohammed, 18, Hassan Al-Hassan, 18, and Babangida Salisu, 20. He said the police recovered 2 matches, 3 knives, 4 mobile phones, and 17,000 naira from the suspect. Wakil said the command had arrested one Umaru Abubakar, 21, at Nabado village in Toro local government area of the state. He said that operatives of the command recovered a locally made revolver with 7.62 million live ammunition from the suspect. The spokesman said a preliminary investigation showed that the suspect obtained the gun about 2 years ago and claimed to have fired 1 bullet while chasing cattle rustlers in Mango local government area of Plateau. Meanwhile, the command on January 13 arrested one Abdul Mohammed in possession of a stolen vehicle. The Catholic bishops of Ibadan, ecclesiastical province, have urged eligible Nigerians to secure their permanent voters' cards and vote in the forthcoming elections according to their conscience without fear. This was contained in a communique issued in Ibadan, jointly signed by the Archbishop of Ibadan Diocese, Archdiocese, Most Reverend Gabriel Abegunrin, and Bishop of Osogbo Diocese, Most Reverend John Oye Jola, and which was made available to journalists in Ado-Ekiti. The bishops comprising Ibadan Archdiocese, Ilorin, Ondo-Ekiti, Oyo, and Osogbo Diocese said the general elections offer Nigerians the opportunity to elect new leaders who have integrity, goodwill, and the fear of God. While decrying the worsening cases of insecurity where Catholic priests were being killed and kidnapped, the call on the government to rise up to its responsibility in safeguarding life and property. The bishops who exhorted politicians and electoral umpires to ensure nobility and fairness in the elections towards the election urged the youth not to be intimidated by the daunting challenges that surround the elections. At our Edo State, government has confirmed the arrest of 2 village chiefs in connection with the January 7 train attack, which resulted in the kidnap of 20 passengers at the Iguben train station. The State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehikari, disclosed that 7 other suspects had also been arrested in connection with the incident, adding that 2 remaining passengers in captivity had also been rescued by security agents. He revealed shortly after the State Executive Council meeting in Benin City. When asked to give the names of the village chiefs, the State Commissioner for Information said further details should be sought from the police. At the time of the report, State Police spokesperson Chidi Nwabuzo could not be reached. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives on Wednesday resolved to observe a minute of silence in honor of a police officer, Michael Adams, who died in an operation to rescue President of the Customary Court, Mrs. Precious I. Bonog, from her abductors in Edo State. The House also urged the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to deploy more mobile police personnel in the Central Senatorial District of Edo State, while urging the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, and the IGP to set up a Nigerian Army barracks or a forward operating base and a police mobile force base, respectively, within the district. And now, a Kano Chief Magistrates Court on Thursday ordered that 2 state Sharia court judges, a cashier, and 16 other financial registrars be remanded a correction center for alleged 580.2 million naira theft. The police charged Bashir Kurawa, Sadatu Umaru, Tijani Abdullahi, Mariam Jibril Garba, Shamsu Sani, and Hussaina Imam with 5 counts of criminal conspiracy, joint acts, criminal breach of trust by a public servant, theft, and forgery. Others are Sani Ali Mohammed, Sani Ba, Buba Aliyu, Bashir Bafa, Ghazali Wada, Hadi Tijani Mozu, Al-Qasim Abdullahi, Yusuf Abdullahi, Mustafa Bala Ibrahim, Jafar Ahmad, Adamu Bala Rabi Amino, Abdul Kadir, Abdullahi Zango, and Garba Yusuf. Chief Magistrate Mustafa Sada Adit ordered the remand of the defendant and adjourned the matter until February 1 for hearing. Earlier, the prosecution counsel Zaradin Kofa Mata told the court that an unofficial complaint was received by the Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission for the State Ministry of Justice on August 2021. He alleged that between 2020 and 2021, Imam used her position as a cashier at the State Shariat Court of Appeal and conspired with 4 others and one Sulaiman, now at large, to forge letterhead papers of the Sharia Court of Appeal. He also alleged that the 2018 to 2021, the defendant criminally conspired, breached the trust as a public servant, acted jointly, and created 15 fake civil servants' death benefit files, and fraudulently siphoned the sum of 96.2 million naira. And away from there now, the summon of the governor of the central bank, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, by the Federal High Court, Abuja, over a $53 million judgment debt arising from the Paris Club refund have been adjourned to March 20. No reason was given for the adjournment by the court. Justice Ian Ekwo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, had summoned him October 20 last year following an application for garnish made by the senior advocate of Nigeria, Joe Aggie, who is the judgment creditor. The court granted the application and ordered Emefiele to appear in court on Wednesday, January 18. The dispute stemmed from an alleged $70 million judgment against Linas International Limited for the lawyer's assistance with the Paris Club refund. Emefiele was said to have only released $17 million, leaving an unpaid balance of $53 million US. The court had on January 23, 2020 ruled that Emefiele must appear to be examined on oath, touching the means he had since the date of the said garnishee ordered Absolute to pay the balance of $53 million now due and payable under the said order, and also show cause why they should not be committed to prison for the fraud, default in payment of the said sum.